Another thing I should mention as well, with the position of your table or workbench, whatever you want to call it, the best thing that you can do for yourself when you're doing this, have it against a window like what I've got it. I've got it up against the window, so you're getting your daylight, and I never work on them at night. Plus, I've got a light, an artificial light lamp up here, shining down on where I'm working. So light is very, very important, but the right light is important. Artificial light on its own will not help you. You need the filtered daylight. Now, I put in a little bit more blue and mixed here, and I can see just by doing that, I've got too much blue on my brush. So let's try this again, take two. It's still very translucent, as you can see, right? But that's what we want. We don't want it too scary and dark. You reuse your this is a very old one. I've used it. Must have used it 100 times. Your cosmetic sponges. Of course, they don't make them like they used to. If you compare the ones that you get nowadays, as opposed to the ones that we used to get, you can see the difference. Anyway, enough chit chat. I'm going to pick up and you can see how translucent it is. It's like there's nothing there. There's water. So let's soak in a bit first. And that's the colour thing. Okay, we'll start with the kit that we're working on together. Alright, it doesn't really matter what you start with. I always prefer to start with the legs though. Now, which leg had the most mottling? It's that one. Okay. Oh, they're pretty much even, but anyway. Okay. So, again, I avoid the toes and make sure that you go right up the top of the leg. Do not, by any means, press too hard on the vinyl when you're doing this. Am I in focus? Hang on. Let's try and work this camera out. And I'm going to spill that all the way around. I don't have to really be symmetrical, but we want most of the what did I say most of? We want all of the limb covered. Okay, now, it really, to look at it now, because it's not even dry, you can't even tell that you put a blue layer on there, and that's how it's supposed to be. The mottling is meant to be very, very light. Do a hand for you. Those are cockatoos that you can hear out there. They're having playtime. Something. It's not unusual for us to hear, and we ignore them. It's just like second nature to us now. But when we first moved here, and it came time to for them to roost, they come all back home. We thought we were living Alfred Hitchcock's movie, The Birds. It was really funny. Oh, that's such a racket, but we don't even hear it now. Okay, so there's your hand done. And finally, not finally for me, I'll continue on with this, but to show you is your head. Now, you've noticed I haven't put it back into the paint. So I think that so far we're doing okay with the amount of paint that this sponge has got in it. However, if you've got one of those newfangledy dangledy cosmetic sponges, you might find that you'd have to load up again and And you can, just as long as you're not too blue. What it looks like I'm doing, the colour, looks like it's just thinners. Of course, we know it's not, but that's what it looks like when you're applying it. Okay. Avoid the lips, avoid the nose and around the eyes on the inside. And if you had a closed eye baby, you would also still avoid the lids. Okay, avoid the ears as well. And that's it. Now, what we're going to have to decide is whether we want a caramel skin tone baby, honey, fair, towards the yellow side. And all babies have got different skin types, I might add too, just to add confusion. I will play it by ear and see how I go. But there's your blue layer. We're going to wait for this to air dry and then probably come back later today and do another layer of a different model.